Thank you for staying with us on NTV Lifestyle. Today we're reviewing a book this morning, brand new, and it's out by Dr. Charles Orero, and it is called Pride in Knowledge, a Kenyan Experience, and this is about his personal experiences, and also at the end talking about a paradigm shift that exists not only in the country but in the world, and how we can benefit from that. And it's an interesting story about his education and how he was able to overcome quite a number of challenges while growing up. And that is the focus of our discussion this morning, and I'm glad to be joined by the author, Dr. Orero. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Yvonne.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Tell us about this book, Pride in Knowledge, a Kenyan Experience.
Madam, this book is part of my personal experience in life and how I've struggled with life to hold the PhD. It has been a long story. And I learned about knowledge from my father, when he kept on telling me that if you don't have purpose, the society will punish you. And that's what I gathered. From there, I started on the knowledge journey. So when I went to primary school, we had a lot of challenges as usual. For example, you want to go to school, there's no water to take bath, and the parents insist that you have to go to the shambas first. Then from the shamba, you run to school, and there's no water to take bath. You end up rubbing your feet on the dew. And the dew will even worsen the situation, because when you go to the parade, the teacher will walk behind you. He will cane you, telling you to go forward, because actually the dew will never wash your feet. So we had such challenges. If you are in class, for example, when you are doing mathematics, he will start writing the sums on the board. And he wants that when he finishes, you have also finished 30 minutes. So 2 strokes for every sum you miss. And that is what it was. So some of my friends, when they were subjected to 58 because they were 30, and you only get 1, so which means you must get 58. Some had to run away from school. Some would even take the tick. They swallow, and then they chew it, and then they go and vomit blood, telling the parents this is what is happening in school. So many ran away. But I had to persevere all these things. But the fact that my father told me that education was the only way, I fell in love with education from that time, hence pride in knowledge.
Okay, all right. Putting the book together, how difficult was that, starting to write? Obviously, any challenges you faced in just putting your ideas and your life story on paper?
Writing a book is not easy. In fact, I did it because friends were telling me, Orero, you're a jocular guy, we like the way you talk, you make us laugh, why don't you write a book? Then I started October 2005. When I wrote 1 chapter, I was finished. These are the challenges. So writing a book is not easy. I even to do a research, most people, like before I left drinking, most of my friends were drunkards. You talk about writing a book, they dismiss you. One thing that time, I did not have a degree. And then they telling me what is there to tell the society. Who is going to read your book the way you are? So I had to wait until I am who I am now to write a book. It is a bit appreciated because, as we have read it, there are very motivational issues inside which will encourage our children to stick to this pride of knowledge.
Okay, all right. Knowledge, and that is huge. Tell us about what you think is the importance of education in any society.
Education is important, madam. If you go back even to the Bible days, Solomon in the Bible was asked, what do you want? And the son of David said, God give me knowledge. So when he asked for knowledge, God gave him all he wanted. So even now, if you tell your father, just give me school fees to go to school and I get the knowledge, your father will give you everything. It is like a covenant. It is like God's covenant that whoever asks for that, he will give you all the things of your heart desires. And that's what has happened. Those who are well educated, they are the ones running these multinational companies. And indeed, tell me, they want to live in Kenya, they will be there. They want to be in Mathare, they will be there. What brand of car can they not drive? So in a way, God is giving you all the things of your desires because he covenanted with whoever chooses knowledge. And it works up to now.
Okay, that's an interesting concept. Seeking knowledge first, and then everything else. And
you'll get everything of your heart desire, be it a nation, be it a family, be it an individual. You see, the nations that have embraced research, education to universities like Singapore. You can see where they are, because they send their people to understudy other countries in the form of human resources. When they come back, like the Harvard graduates of Singapore, they're two, son and father. So because of what they learned at Harvard, and they are taking their people to understudy other countries like Japan, China, America, Russia. When they come back, Singapore is one of the best, and we were at par before that.
Yes.
It is because of taking your people to gain knowledge, and that's what it is. Take even President Kibaki. If he didn't go to Makerere, London, with this economics, this country would not perform the way it is performing.
Indeed.
And that is true. Even Raila Odinga is re-engineering Kenya, because he did engineering in Germany. He's a mechanical engineer, and you can see the way he's forcing that the constitution must be there, because that's the only way to overhaul the country and to gain economic development.
Do you think we place enough emphasis on knowledge and education now?
Not at the moment. My experience at the University of Nairobi, the lecturers, they say they're underpaid. There is no R&D, that is research and development. So if we could have exchange programs that our students at the University of Nairobi could have exposure to, in America, Russia, to understudy and then come back with their knowledge. So I think that one is still a bit missing in this country. No, it used to happen. Take any lecture in Nairobi University, just see the chain of degrees they have. Because those days, they were sponsored to do different things. If I just take any, take Professor Wasau, my good friend, see the degrees he has. Not that he sponsored himself, it's the government that sponsored him. Take Joe Wanjiao, take all these people.
So the government needs to
you'll see a chain of degrees.
I see. Okay.
Yes, but not now. It's a problem.
Okay.
Yes.
So knowledge, development, and everything else that we desire will definitely fall into place. Okay, that's an interesting concept. Let's get back to the book.
Yes.
And there are some interesting characters that you have in the book that I suppose helped shape your future in one way or another. Tell us about
these characters. But let me check. In Luo, there's a small bird, very small bird. We call it Oyundi. Oyundi is inept. There's ineptitude in Oyundi. And there are so many people who are like that even in this society. So when things are ready is when they come around. For example, when we are struggling to bring the constitution into place, some refused it. Now that it is ready, and these are the people we call Oyundis, now they want to be governors. Now they want to be president. Now they want to be senators. They want to be MPs, just because the constitution has brought all that. So these Oyundis, they believe only in consumption. Consumption. So like when people are going to plow and to do seeding, plowing, preparing the garden, they are not there. But when the harvest comes, they are the first to say that the groundnuts are ready there. We have that maize is ready, why don't we go and harvest? So these Oyundis are there, and those who reward them, in any society where they are rewarded, those societies fail. I'm happy Kenya is running away out of that, and they reward meritocracy. You see, the way our brother Mutunga was vetted, when some people are talking of stud, some people start with stud, instead of starting with his brain, with the PhD, and you can see now what he's doing already, because of that knowledge. And you have seen even the people who are slightly ahead of the others, just trying to do this and that. When they go vetting, they're the ones. But the Oyundis, they don't. They are waiting to do psychophancy, to press the lever, dance around the flag, to please the people, and not the electorate. They just want to please the people because of their individual gains.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have the Oyundis.
And another one, that is the Oyundis. Okay. And I divorced Oyundism in my life completely. When I went to Nairobi University. And that's why I am who I had to, even my place of work, whether in what program, I'll work, because it is said in our Bible that work as if you are working for God, not working for the boss or anything. And the rewards are there. Because some people prefer certain programs